Hey guys, this is Critical Limit. I promised a video today where I would kind of go about how I experiment in the lab, and that's what I'm going to do. So, I didn't mean to go there. My bad. Turn the screen towards the camera. Go to practice mode. Alright, so let's start off with the fact, let's pretend you already know your combos, okay? Like, first thing you did was practice combos. So let's say for Raiden, for example, one of his combos starts off with X circle. That second hit is overhead, right? So you would do something like, or no, so just you come up with something off of that hit, right? But if they know it's coming, that first kick makes it pretty obvious the second hit's going to be overhead, so they can just block high the whole time. Or if they see the first kick, they can change the high pretty easily, right? So what you want to do is to actually land a combo like that off of this move, you either need a whiff punish, which means they'll do a move and they'll miss you like this, just barely outside range, and you can start it and come in on top of them. So when they try to jab, for instance, Raiden can bring his leg down top of him and come off into that. Or you can mix them up. So if that's an overhead right there, what you can do to trick them is, let me change this to block real quick. Alright, so what you do is, I do the first hit of before the overhead. So if you do the first hit, they're expecting the overhead to come right after. If you go ahead and don't do it, it's probably too late for them to react to the low. So you can do that. So when they block high for the second one, you're going to use this move, and on block it pushes them pretty far back, right? This is far enough that when they try to jab you or hit you back, they can't. They're going to whiff. You're safe, and you're +2. So if they know they're afraid to punch here because they know they can whiff, that's when you can push this back, and then you walk forward just a tiny bit, and you're going to do forward triangle, circle, circle. And the reason you do forward triangle is because from this distance, even though these moves can't hit, like right here, see? These moves can't hit. Forward triangle can hit. So you're going to do this into this. And the reason this is important is because it's a mid hit. That means that they're blocking low, it'll still hit their block. So now that if you do this enough, they're going to start blocking low to stop you from hitting them with that down 4. Hold on a second. Yeah, options. Let's turn off block real quick. When you do hit them with this, right there you have a lot of advantage. And they don't want to just keep eating that. So to combo off of that, to follow up off of that, you're gonna need to basically do a tiny mini run cancel. So you're gonna be like, see that? See how like that? See my stamina just went down a little bit, like that. Be like this. See? That'll keep them on their toes, and this is mid hit, and it's very, very fast, and it has pretty decent reach. And if you run cancel it, you catch them pretty quickly. Especially only on hit though. You only want to do the mini run on hit because you have. Let's see here. I'll show you the frame data real quick. I'll show you why frame data is important here in a second. So basically, sorry, I'm all mixed up. All right. Down 4 is over here. What am I doing? Alright, so down 4, toe kick. See, -4 on block, but we saw how far I pushed them back on block, right? I mean, they're whiff, so -4 doesn't matter. Unless they have like a 3-frame fast approaching advanced special or something like that, which I don't think anyone does. You're pretty much safe on the block with this move. And if you look where it says hit advantage, right here. I'm sorry, you probably can't even read the freaking numbers on the screen. Let me move the TV closer. Still can't see the numbers. Well, here is block advantage, right? It says -4. I know you probably can't read it with the camera. This is hit advantage. That's 19. So when you hit them, you are 19 frames ahead of them in a move. So let's say your startup, this right here, is 12. That means the move comes out in 12 frames. When you push the button, 12 frames later, your move will connect to their body. Which means, let's say like you're both at the same time, you both have control of your character. That means anything less than 12 frame startup can beat your move because it's faster. So when you have a hit advantage, that means you have 19 frames to do whatever you want. So before, he can't do anything until after 19 frames. So that means anything less than 19, you can probably pull that move out and he's forced to block it. So if you hit him with down 4, he's forced to pretty much block anything you do right after. Unless you do something slower than 19. Let's say you have a move that started up 25 frames. Then he could probably punish you off of that. But as long as you do something less than 19, you're safe. Now, if you have to run a little bit, you might have to recalculate just a little bit. There's no real way to calculate, from what I've seen, depending on the distance you run. But let's say if you're not sure, then you can always test it. Like set the computer to block, then jab back, and you can try to run in and hit. And if you get jabbed, you're probably running for too long. You need to do a faster. You need to put the move out a little quicker. And those are the most important things: hit advantage, block advantage, startup. Cancel frames. That's only important to find gaps in between things. Like for instance, if you do Raiden's 2-hit string, and let's say you cancel into his projectile, right? The cancel advantage on the second move, when you put it up to the recovery, that'll let you know if there's any gaps in between. So that means in between moves and in between strings and in between specials, you can probably attack in between with armor or something. But we'll go over that much later. That's not. First, you need to understand hit advantage, block advantage, and startup. Those are probably the most important. All right. So basically, what I'm telling you is when you hit with your down 4, like you saw me earlier, that little kick in the legs, they're not going to want to keep giving you that free 19 advantage. Otherwise, you're just going to keep pressuring them forever, right? So eventually, you're going to force them to block low, and once you do that, that's when you've made the game to the point where you basically get them afraid enough that you can lay in your combo hit, because now they're going to be trying to block your down 4 because you've been doing it a lot. So now that they're afraid of this mix-up, now you can go back to this and you actually get a combo off of it. All right, and then let's go over it. So that's just one string, right? And the reason I brought up this move right here is because see how Raiden steps forward? That's farther reach than, so when it's farther reach than normal. So if you hit somebody and they get knocked back, I don't want to move that like he's staying in the place because he's not going to reach as far, right? This move, he moves in really quickly, so I can stay on top of him easier. And it comes out, we can find out real quick. Always, here we go. All right. Now look, the combo I was using, this is pretty important too. You probably need to point this out. The combo I was using was in fact this one. It's called Godlight. It says 16 frames of startup, right? So you probably can't see it, but it says 16 frames of startup, and you're looking at the 3-hit combo. When you look at this, it's actually talking about the last hit. So if you want to know how quickly this string comes out, go look what it says. The first move is forward triangle. You probably can't see it, but the first move is forward triangle. So if you go over here to forward triangle on the basic side, startup frames is 14. So now I know that when I do forward triangle, by the time 14 frames happen, I am putting the move out. So 14 frames startup. Remember this, the down 4, the down kick, low kick, hit advantage 19. My startup frames on this is 14. That means I got a good 5 frame window where I can put that move out, and they have to respect it. So I'm allowed to make 5 frames worth of error before they can do something about it. And that's just one little example. So let's go with your basic 50-50 too. Like most characters in here, they have a 50-50 where like mine's basically back to right here. This it starts off with the overhead. So you do combo off this, and then you can do off a low. And these are all risky most of the time. Like for instance, Raiden, if you want to do a safe low, it's better to do back X triangle. It pops them up like that. And if it's on safe on block. This, however, is less safe on block. It's not that bad though. Let me see here. Hold on. If you look at electrocute, EX electrocute, block advantage, minus 14. Okay, never mind. That's pretty free. So basically, if you use this move on block, you're probably free to punish. So you don't want to be just throwing out your low starter. You'll get punished, right? And this move is also very unsafe. It's back triangle. And if you go look at back triangle, block advantage minus 65. You can't see it, but that means when you hit someone's block, for 65 frames, they are free to punish you. That means basically don't ever do this unless you are willing to take the risk. You need to make sure they're blocking low before you just throw this out, or you're eating a full combo yourself. So if you want to talk about what's safe, you need to look at block advantage of things that are like probably less than -5. Like -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, or anything positive. They're all safe on block. For instance, for a triangle, it's 0 at block advantage. It's safe. X, 0 block advantage. These are all unsafe right here. -4, probably safe on block. And something like -12 might sound unsafe on block, but sometimes it pushes them far enough that you can't even punish it. So you got to pay attention to spacing too when you hit block. Another thing you can do is earlier I talked about that pushback thing, like pushing back with this. So sometimes an opponent will do that to you, and they'll bait you out the attack, and they'll whiff punish you. So be careful about that too. Let's talk about more mix-ups. We'll do more mix-ups. Oh yeah, okay. All right, I forgot to mention this part of the mix-up. So when I down 4, right, and I hit them, I get that little bit of advantage. I'm gonna do like a little mini run-in, and then I'm gonna do this triangle, right? And I usually mix up with that string, right? So to not be predictable and always do 3 hits, I will sometimes shorten it. So the full string is -1 on block, pretty safe. The one before that is -3. So if I just do this, I can mix them up. So if they're blocking this, let me put on block real quick. If he blocks this, I can mix them up because he's waiting for that last hit, and I'm not putting it out. So it's too late for him to check me. So basically, while you're pressuring, if you can, I know it's a lot to take in, but like when you are, it's hard enough to pressure by yourself because you got to think ahead, but you also got to pay attention to how they're blocking. So in the middle of pressure, let's say I realize he's blocking low during all this pressure, I can just right there stop and throw out my 50-50. Or in the middle of the pressure, just go, oh, I realize he's stand blocking. That's when you change it to low. Or you can do the safe low, that one. So shortening strings is, the shortened strings you want to make sure the block advantage is safe. So like the string I just showed you, -1 on the last hit, -3 on the hit before that, and then the first hit is 0 on block. So every hit of that string is safe at any point in time that you cancel it. So that's one of the good pressure strings. You want to use you want to threaten them with the last hits of the string so you can kind of basically get a reset on your string. So if they think the rest is coming, I can just keep doing this, right? And then eventually they're going to want to poke in between this. And then when I call that out, that's when you finish the string and you punish them for it. Of course, this doesn't give you any big damage, but it keeps them honest and puts them on block. And if you're keeping them in block, you can see patterns. Like they'll keep blocking low the whole time, they keep blocking high, maybe they'll switch a certain way, maybe they like to poke out at a certain time all the time. You can always catch them. And if you get to the point where they're scared of you, you can just walk up and grab. Start grabbing them. Make them scared of the grab, and then they want to poke out more often because they don't want to get grabbed all the time. And that's when you can start getting them, with your strings all over again. Alright, so if anyone's confused about the frame data stuff, please just ask a question and I'll explain it in detail in the forum if you need to. And also about string mix-ups. And then I pointed out the spacing thing. You need to put 50/50s wherever you can by either canceling your string or using a special to trick them. Alright, so let's go back to arm. Let's talk about armor real quick. Alright, so sometimes people can set you up. You need to pay attention to these things. People will set you up to like this string right here I got. Oh shit. Okay, see how the standing reset there? On hit I got a lot of advantage. That means if I like run cancel here, he's got to respect me. But it's not fast enough to the point that he still has time to block. But he can call me out on that and do an armor move, and if I try to keep my advantage, he can armor out and do whatever he wants, depending on the special, the character, So be wary of that. You want to watch out for little setups like that and try to armor out, so you don't get pressured to oblivion. All right. Let's talk about hit confirming. All right. So basically, if you set up the block mode to random combo, he's gonna block a whole string. Sometimes not block a whole string. Sometimes, so it'll mix it up. See right there, he got hit. This time he blocked it. He got hit. Got hit twice in a row. See, it's just random. So what you want to do with this is do your best to try to react to hitting them. So let's say, for instance, just doing this 2 hits, that's safe on block. But if you do this, that is unsafe on block. So you don't want to be just throwing it out willy-nilly. You want to hit confirm. This is what hit confirming is. Basically, I want to make sure that blood comes out on this first hit, like right there. I want to confirm that happened before I put in this move. So we're gonna like procedure practices. See, I messed it up. I didn't hit confirm fast enough. See, I didn't hit confirm. I just threw it out. Now I'm gonna try to hit confirm. Watch. Oh, I messed up. Try to walk forward. Apparently I'm bad at it, so. Alright, get back to block. Yep, did it mess up? Okay. Okay. That messed up for a second. I'm trying to listen to blood. Hold on, I got my headphones on, so it's messing me up. Okay, that one I reacted to. I tried to react to that one, it's late. Alright, I reacted to that one. I did not react. See, I put it in out of fear. It's hard. You get used to the... Some trick you want to use is when you're hitting the first hit, go ahead and input the special hit. So my special is forward down triangle, right? So in the middle of this hit, I'm going to hit forward, and then in the second hit, I'm going to hit square, which is down. So it's going to like, see how I hit? Look at my command list there. See how it says forward then down? So basically triangle forward, then square down. That way I put the input in for shocker. That way I can react to my hit confirm just with triangle. there like that. All right. There we go. It's hard, but especially in Mortal Kombat, you kind of have to commit early, so you can only hit confirm off the first hit. If you can do it off a 3-hit string like this, it's much easier to hit confirm because you have 2 extra moves to realize that you're hitting them. Okay. Now let's talk about footsies real quick. Footsies is basically someone has max reach, right? My max reach is this move. So he wants to. Liu Kang's gonna want to dance just outside this range where I would whiff like this, right? He wants me to whiff in front of his face, just like that. And he's gonna dance in that spot, going in and out of my reach to bait me. And then when he baits me, I'm gonna do that, and he's gonna punish me for it. He's gonna react to my attack with his own punish, and I'm gonna be doing the same thing to him basically. And once you've done that enough times, when you get in their zone, they're going to block. They're like, oh, he's got too close to me. They're going to block, and that's when I can pressure or grab them. And vice versa. If he baits me, I'm going to start getting a little bit scared to approach him. So I'm going to be a little scared to throw out my moves, and that's when he can get in me because I'm scared. So now that I'm scared to put out a move because he keeps punishing me, I whiff and he punishes me, now I'm kind of scared to just throw out moves. So that's when he can kind of just run and pressure me because now I'm scared. And that's basically what footsie is. You're basically respecting the shit out of each other. Like, you're not going to be seeing much jumping in, because footsies becomes a thing when you respect each other too much. Like, basically, if I jump in, hit attacks, right, they can anti-air me. And if they do that enough times and prove to me that I can't just jump for free, they're going to make me grounded, right? And I can't just throw out specials, they'll block and blow me up. That's when footsies comes into play. You're both forced to stay grounded, and you both go in and out of each other's max range. And that's basically what it is. You're basically baiting them out of their range. And if you get punished enough, you're going to get scared, and that's what they want. They want you to get scared so they can get you to block, and then they're going to start pressuring you and comboing you. That's pretty much it. I mean, pay attention to when you're practicing stuff on their block. Look for the block advantage, and also take note of how far they are. It's like, see, I did that move. It doesn't look very safe. I can actually still get jabbed by some people. So when I do this move, what I want to actually do is walk back a little bit to bait the jab, and then I can punish. It'll be like, so I would be like this. Walk back a little bit. Oh, my bad. Walk back a little bit, and then maybe whiff punish with that. And that's pretty much it. I just look for startup frames, make sure they're fast. You can watch someone else's move. Let's say we went to Liu Kang's move list, and there's a move that you can't punish for some reason. He's always getting out for free. It might be that you're trying to punish with a move that's too slow to punish it. If he has block advantage -9, you need to find a move that starts up in 8 frames or less. Probably, you can do 9 frames or less, but usually, if you can, do something with a little more bigger window so you don't have to be so precise. You have to be perfect for windows like that. You have 1 frame to make no mistake. Let's see here. Yeah, block advantage, startup frames, hit advantage, so you know if they have to respect you or not. That way, sometimes you can hit confirm. Like when I do that move and I hit confirm them, I know I'm advantage. I get to run it for free. If it's block, I gotta be a little careful. They could probably hit me out of it, depending on the character, and they could probably definitely armor out of it. But I could probably still see if I use my max range move, probably still keep them respecting me. And that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, footsies is basically in and out of each other's space. Mix up shortened strings to trick them into respecting the rest of it. That way you get a string reset. You use safe stuff to get your 50-50s to work. If there's a overhead in the middle or a low in the middle, mix them up. Let's say you have a character that has a low in the second hit, right, of a string. That's when you want to do the first hit, cancel it into your overhead, and then that'll trick them into that'll trick them into getting blown up by your 50-50 mix-up. Another thing you can do is some people can react to just one last thing. Some people can react to the fact that your string's not finishing. Like it's kind of obvious that kick's coming, right? Once it already happens. But when you cancel it, sometimes you can tell that he's not continuing the string, and they can react fast enough. So let's say you cancel that, he can tell that you didn't finish the string, and he might be able to react to this move before it comes out. That's when you just go ahead and put the overhead down anyways. Like, not finish the string. What I mean is, like, do that, you're not finishing it, so they're expecting a low. They're like, oh, he's trying to trick me, and he's going to go low now. So that's when you just do the kick, and you do our overhead still. That's extremely, like, that's like the third layer in. You're fighting someone really good if they're thinking that far ahead. You don't have to worry. I wouldn't worry about that too much until you get like tournament level. Basically, there's a point in time where you're countering the counter to your counter before it even happens, and that's just when stuff gets ridiculous. So, and that's pretty much all I want to talk about. That's it. Thank you for watching. I know you couldn't really read any frame data, and I probably mumbled and repeated stuff, but at least you got the gist of what I was talking about. Hopefully, that's it. Bye.